You don't have to look far in Westminster for a pub, and you don't have to wait long for a sexism scandal. So after a depressingly familiar week of revelations here, what can be done? Well, anyone hoping for specifics from either of the main parties today will be disappointed. Listen to the Business Secretary on shutting bars in Parliament.
No, they shouldn't all be shut. I don't think we should have a kind of excessively puritanical or severe regime in that regard.
On the direct employment of staff by MPs.
It's not my view, not my opinion that matters in this.
And on all women shortlists.
I've never been a fan, frankly, personally, of quotas and shortlists.
So is there a culture problem?
I don't think there's a culture of misogyny. I think the problem we have is that people are working in a really intense environment.
Well, for Labour, there were big words, but again, little detail.
What actually needs to happen?
Behavioural change that we all have to contribute to, cultural change, taking responsibility and political leadership.
I understand all these words, but what specifically needs to change?
Well, where an individual is involved in these sorts of behaviours, they need to take absolute responsibility straight away.
In this house, I'm in charge.
One person who has put forward suggestions is the Commons Speaker, Sir Lindsay Hoyle. Worried by the levels of complaints, he wants a review of working practices in Parliament and potential changes to how MPs' staff are employed.
I've never been a fan.
But is a larger part of the problem staring us in the face? Not so much the drinking or late-night working or employment practices, not what politicians do, but who they are. Out of 5 UK party leaders and 1 cabinet minister interviewed this morning, there was just 1 woman. And for many, that's the big issue. Not so much rules, but representation. Tory party chairman Oliver Dowden today vowed to reopen the candidates list and select more prospective female MPs. But there are warnings in the current climate. That's easier said than done.
It's been really difficult to get women to come forward and stand for election because there is a sense that politics and public life is not a safe space for women anymore, and we need to do something about that because we're going to rue the day if we continue down this path and women just don't see the ability to come forward and be active in politics.
So another round of outrage in Westminster, as yet few signs of how or when time will really be called on an issue that's dogged politics for decades. Rob Powell, Sky News in Westminster.